Okay guys, it's time for the rest of Blind Date with Bookmas. I'm gonna try to read all 3 of these books, but first I have to draw the first number from this bag. There are 3 numbers in here left to match the 3 books, so let's see which one I will read first. I'm gonna go with the number that's like tucked in the middle, and it is number 6. Let's see what book number 6 is. Is that it? Book number 6. Oh, is this the one that I'm uncertain about? Okay, that's good, because if I DNF it, then I'll be able to move on to the next one, and if I like it, that'll be great too. This in Peachtree Bluff. I remember absolutely none of this. I know I started it during Bookmas last year. There's a bookmark somewhere in here. I know I saw it, and I will probably just pick up with the chapter that the bookmark's on. It's like a couple pages in, but I'll start at the chapter. But I don't think I was really loving this one, so either I'll finish it out or I'll DNF it. Either way, it's fine, because at this point in the year, I can't really be buying more books for Bookmas, so really what I'm gonna have is what I already own. But I'm either gonna finish this out or DNF it. Let's see what happens. Let's go. So what is this about? When the Murphy women are in trouble, they always know they can turn to their mother. So when the eldest daughter and her husband announce they're divorcing and 15-year-old daughter acts out in response, the eldest daughter, at her wit's end, can't think of anything to do beside leave her with her mom and her husband in Peachtree Bluff for the holidays. But there's a storm headed towards Peachtree Bluff, and they're forced to shelter in place during the worst hurricane the island's ever seen. So this won't be traumatic at all. Very traumatizing. Okay, so this is definitely a little bit traumatizing, but it's also very relatable because I know a lot of the stuff that they're talking about. The whole talking about like the power being out for days and places flooding in your town that's like always so nice being completely destroyed and smelling terrible. And like people talking about how everyone would get outside and like clap for the power trucks. It's like, did you really write this a few years ago? Because I feel like I just experienced all of this. It's very too close to home. The thing though about this is it's not even the same thing, because this happens at a beach town, like it's to be expected. And this is also like these people's like, not even their second house, it's like one of like 5 houses, because they're rich and they have houses all over, and this is just like their beach house or whatever. Which is just like not the same thing at all as like someone's home, and this is the only place that they've had. This is where their family has lived for generations, being destroyed. Very different situation, but a lot of the same kind of like experiences. So it's kind of traumatizing, not gonna lie, but at the same time comforting because it's relatable. It's also, because of all that, really quick read. I mean, I know I had already started this before getting into it today, but I'm getting close to the end already, which is kind of crazy. So I'm gonna read a good chunk and then I'll get back to you guys in a little bit, but I should be able to finish this today. Fingers crossed. I am absolutely hugging the ceiling pad because I'm cold. But okay, continuing on with this book, and I'm really super close to the end. I should finish it here in this next like reading, not reading sprint, but like the next little reading session I do. Not really loving it at this point because it kind of moved on from the hurricane stuff and like everything's back to normal for the most part. And now it's just like their relationship drama, and I'm just like, I don't really care. So it just kind of feels like it flipped plots out of nowhere, and not really my favorite, but I will finish it because I really don't have that much left. Like, I'm on page 297, and it's like, hold on. It's like 338, so I've got like 40 pages left. I just realized why this author's name sounded familiar to me. This is the same author as the woman who wrote The Wedding Veil, which I read earlier this year and really, really enjoyed. That's so weird, because that one like deals a lot with like the Biltmore and stuff in Asheville. And so now I'm like creeped out, because why are the two books that I've read from this about that and a hurricane? I was wondering if I should post a short, because I posted a video today and I was like, maybe I'm not gonna do that. But I just really wanted to, so I decided to anyway, and it literally got 1,000 views. How do I struggle so much? And then the one time that I'm like, maybe I will, maybe I won't, it's just like, it does really well. Don't understand. I don't know. But I have like less than 20 pages left in this book. I'm gonna finish it up, and hopefully I won't probably film my final reaction, because I don't expect it to be like, oh my gosh, never saw that coming. I expect a predictable ending, but I am just gonna read off camera, and then I'll update you and we'll choose the next book. Okay, I just finished it. That was pretty good. I think I'm gonna give this 3 stars, and I definitely would be interested in reading more of this author's writing if I come across her books, because I really enjoyed The Wedding Veil. I enjoyed The Wedding Veil a whole lot more than this, but this is a good, clean, just simple Christmas-y sort of story. The Christmas part probably didn't start till about there, but overall it's an enjoyable, quick read, so I'd recommend it if you're looking for something slightly Christmassy to enjoy. By the way, when I say it's clean, there is some talk about relationship stuff, but nothing is described. So that's what I mean by that. Alright, so will the next book be number 5 or number 10? Let's find out. I think I know what both of them are, but I could be in for a surprise. I might be totally wrong. I'm gonna go with the one that's on the bottom, which is number 5. I'm hopeful that it's The Claus in Christmas, but I don't know if that's what it is. I really want to be able to try to do some of the Christmas calendar, which you guys will see what I'm talking about in a minute, if this is it. It's not. It's not it. But this is the other one that I thought was wrapped up in these books. So, we've got The Road to Christmas. I think this is like a couple people are like in a car. Wait. That was so descriptive. Michelle and Max are not planning on a happy holiday. Their marriage is in shambles, and the divorce word has entered their vocabulary. But now their youngest daughter, Julia, wants everyone to come to her new house in Idaho for Christmas, and she's got the guest room all ready for Mom and Dad. Oh joy. Their other daughters, Audrey and Shyla, are driving up from California and hoping to meet a rancher for Audrey along the way. What they don't plan on is getting stranded on a ranch when the car breaks down. The ones with the shortest drive are Grandma and Grandpa, also known as Hazel and Warren. It's still a bit of a trek, and Hazel doesn't like the idea of driving all that way in the snow. But Warren knows they'll have no problem. They have a reliable car and snow tires and chains. If they need them, they'll be fine. Surprises lie in store for all 3 sets of intrepid travelers as they set out on 3 very different adventures, all leading to one memorable family Christmas. I hope this will be good, and I'm going to try to enjoy it as quickly as possible. Let's go. This ain't it. Where's my book? Got the right book now. Okay. I started this. I got to chapter 4 last night before I went to bed, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, I think it's going to be interesting. I was kind of confused at first because I thought that it would like start out with the road trip, but it kind of like starts out with them at Thanksgiving, and then they kind of plan to go on this road trip. So at first I was like, wait, why are we already here? But it was Thanksgiving. Now we're getting ready for Christmas. So I think it's interesting so far. I was getting really tired though, so I wasn't super focused, but I think it's gonna be a good book. I hope. Okay, I need to know, because I do not agree with the statement that gift cards are impersonal. Like, I love getting gift cards and money for Christmas. Like, who doesn't love money? I will be glad to accept gift cards and money for Christmas. Happy Monday! This book kind of feels like every chapter is a story in and of itself, and I kind of really am enjoying that. Like, the one that's going on right now is so funny. Alright, I finished this, but I was really zoned out towards the end. I think that it's a really good book and enjoyable. I think I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. It's not quite low enough to be a 3, not quite high enough to be a 4, but I think on reread the rating could be higher. I just was really tired. It's already after midnight, and I wasn't really paying attention at the end. It was kind of predictable. As Christmas romances typically are. There wasn't a lot of language, but there was some like intimacy / suggestive comments throughout, but no open door and no fade to black that I noticed or remember. Of course, I was zoned out, so there could have been something in there, but I don't remember seeing anything. And then there was, of course, some like cheesy, cringy stuff on occasion, as well as a few errors that I noticed. But anyway, overall, I think this was a good book, and I'm glad to have read it, and I do think that this is one that I will reread in future Bookmases to come. We have one more blind date with Bookmas. So, of course, I will draw the last number as if we don't know what it's gonna be. And look, it's a crushed number 10. Number 10. Alright, let me open this up with one hand because I don't have my tripod set up. Look at my snowflake pants. So festive. I think I know what book this is. This is really difficult. That's not the book I thought it was. Okay. Yay! I totally forgot about this one. I love this one. I did not think this is what was in here. We've got A Royal Christmas Wedding. This is such a fun story. I think I had started it, but oh my gosh, this is a short, quick one, so I'm hopeful I can finish this tomorrow and edit the video. That'd be awesome, because I have a whole another TBR video to do this week in addition to this one. But let me read the synopsis. Okay, so days later, but before I was so rudely interrupted by my phone dying, I was telling you guys what this is about. It's basically a faith-based modern-day fairy tale. Essentially Princess Diaries, but make it Christmas and make it Christian. Oh, and it's also a second chance romance. So this girl and this guy knew each other, dated when they were, I think, in high school. And he lives in the fancy kingdom and she lives in Georgia. It's a made-up place, kind of like Genovia is made up, even though we don't like to admit that. And it's just so cute. The girl's sister is married to one of the royals in the made-up kingdom, and the girl's former love interest lives in that kingdom. So the girl's sister is pregnant, and so the main character and her mom go to the kingdom for Christmas, and of course main character's former love interest is there, and this is everything that happens. But then there's also this perspective of back in the day in the kingdom, there was this tradition where the royals would ring the chapel bell if they were wanting to propose to the love of their life. And what happened was, in the 1800s, one of the princes and his supposed friend were in the chapel bell, and the prince was going to ring the bell, and he did, but his friend pushed him down the stairs, which this is not spoilers, this happens at the very beginning. And it's been 200 years since anyone, or 100-something years, 180-something years since anybody rang the bell again. And what happens is the main character's former love interest and his supposed friend are just hanging out in the bell tower because that's what they do, and the bell starts ringing on its own, which sounds creepy, but it's, you just gotta read it. Anyway, so everyone thinks that the prince is declaring that he is going to propose to his love interest, which he's dating a girl, but he doesn't want to marry her. So it's just this whole entire thing, and it's quite entertaining. Kind of giving a little bit of Princess Diaries 2 vibes. But anyway, fun times. It's been a few years since I read this, and I forgot some of the good stuff in here. Getting so close to the end. Honestly, this reminds me so much of Princess Diaries 2. Not spoilery in any way, but it's just kind of that vibe, and some of the characters I absolutely picture being those characters. I love the ending of this. I forgot how cute it was. I will say that this reading experience was kind of slow for me just because I'm thinking about all the things that I have to get done, because Bookmas is literally about to start in like 36 hours or something like that. And I still have my whole November TBR to film. But this book, I think I still have to give it 4 stars because it's just so cute. The reading experience itself was probably more like a 3, but that's just because I'm stressed and wasn't able to just like sit and read through it in one sitting like I like to do. But overall, I love this story. I think this is such a great book if you're looking for a quick and sweet, adorable, it's not even cheesy, like it's just so cute, and it's a clean Christmas romance, has the royal vibes. It's just everything you could possibly want. And I like that it is faith-based, but it's also not overtly religious. If you're not Christian, you could still read this and enjoy it. It's just such a cute story, and it really gives the Princess Diaries vibes, so I feel like anybody could really love this book. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Now, I've got to start wrapping my Bookmas books because I still need to choose like 8 books for my TBR for December, and then I gotta wrap them up, so let's do it. Alright, I have 17 ready to go, and I need to choose 7 more. I'm just going to show you the options that I have, and I will leave what I actually wrap up a surprise. So you guys will see it during Bookmas, but I've got to choose the 7. Also, can we just address the elephant in the room? It is so dark because, of course, my light has burned out, and I changed the light bulbs, and the light's still not working. So that's excellent for me, and we get to deal with this lighting. Yay! Alright, the ring light helps it get a little bit brighter. I have here an extra stack. These are the ones I just picked out, which I also found some extras behind those books I showed you. I apparently have a lot of Christmas books now after doing this for a few years. But those were my favorites that I really wanted to pull out this year. And then these are the ones that I have collected through the last few months. I may or may not have shared with you in videos of Blind Date with Bookmas past. But here's the stack I gotta wrap. Let's do it. Also, my disclaimer, remember how I always use like old used Christmas paper? Maybe next year it doesn't have to be like this used, you know what I mean? That looks awful. It is what it is. Okay, I officially have everything wrapped. I only know what's in some of them, but most of them I have absolutely no idea, which I love having the mixture of like, I know what some of them are and I don't know what others are. Now I have to divide them up by a color scheme that I think will look good on my shelves. So I gotta do that. Okay, I have the order I'm gonna go with, and now I just have to number them. Now when I draw the numbers out of the bag, they're all out of order, but this is just the order that I think is gonna look best on my shelves. So let me show you. Really went with kind of like the vintagey red, white, gold, and green kind of vibe. Although there are a few other colors interspersed here and there, I really love the way these look. Okay, I now have the stacks of books, and all that remains is for me to put them on my TBR cart and decorate for Christmas, because Bookmas is literally supposed to start in about 30 hours. And I'm not ready. The books are ready, but I am not, because I still have my November TBR to read. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm only going to get to at most 4 of these, and I know exactly what 4 I want to focus on, but I'm going to try to read all of them. I'm going to try to do it, and I doubt highly that I will succeed, but I'm going to do the best that I can, and I'm actually going to try a 24-hour reading vlog with these. Now, if you never see that video, it's because either I failed or I maybe did. So I'm gonna try it and I'll keep you updated, but we'll see how this goes. I don't know if I'm gonna make it or if my phone will. The next video you see might be Bookmas Day 1, but this should be the next video you see. Anyway, that's everything for this video. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it and all the Christmassy vibes as we're getting ready for Bookmas. That's everything. I'll talk to you all next time. Bye!